Hey y'all. So I wanted to just show you something else that I feed the dogs. I think I've showed this one before, but this is what I do for dinner. I posted what I do for breakfast. For dinner, I'll either scramble up some eggs, or most days what I'll do is I'll boil some chicken tenders. And Ozzy's ready. He's like, what's the hold up? What's the big hold up? So I'll show you how I do it. Hey baby girl, I have a good girl. She's like, yeah, show me what you got in there. I've got these chicken tenders. I mean, sometimes I get some cheaper ones, but this is a 2-pound bag, and I'll just boil this entire bag and use it to feed the 3 dogs. Mostly Dolce and Ozzy, the 2 kind of Corsos, and Tux I'll just give a little bit of that shredded chicken, because he's my pit bull mix, and he's more prone to gaining weight. He's the oldest dog that I have. Actually, he's not that old. I mean, he's how old is he? He's about 5. But anyways, so yeah, so there he is. He knows what time it is. Tux knows what time it is. So I just open, sorry, I need 2 hands to open this. Yeah, basically just dump that in and boil it, and then I'll come back in a minute and I'll show you how I just shred it up and mix it in with their kibble. So, okay, so I let that boil for about 30 minutes. I went out and watered my plants. Now Ozzy's ready to eat. Come on, Papa. So see, I just kind of mixed it in, shredded it, mixed it in with their kibble. Ozzy, come. There you go, Papa. Good boy. Dolce gets her own bowl. Come on, Dolce. Dolce, come, baby. Good girl. So, yeah, Dolce and Ozzy. Good girl, baby. Here you go, baby. They usually eat together. This way, baby. They don't have any kind of food aggression or anything. So that's good. And then Tux, whatever's left in the bowl, I just kind of mix in a little bit of chicken. Just a tiny bit, because like I said, he's more prone to gain weight. And I feed him a little bit of kibble with that. Dolce, come on, baby. This way. See. Good boy. So yeah, they kind of, I don't know, she's acting like not so hungry right now. Your baby girl, you're not too hungry, which is fine. Because like I said, I leave kibble out a little bit in the bowl overnight, just because Dolce, she's still in the growth phase. They grow until they're about 3 years of age. So whatever she doesn't eat, she usually eats right away, but sometimes, they have an off day. But a lot of people, especially with this breed, I've seen them, like ask questions about like, my dog's not eating, how do I get him to eat? I say as long as there's food available, they'll eat when they're hungry. I wouldn't get too worried about it. And unless they're losing weight, they could have some kind of a metabolic abnormality, like Cushing's or Addison's disease, something with some kind of disease of the pancreas maybe, but that's rare, and I think it's not uncommon for this breed to not always want to eat every single day, but I just make sure there is food available when they are hungry. I don't force it, but mixing in the cooked meat does help. So yeah, that's how I do it. And then I'll show you a little bit what I give them as a treat sometimes. He's going back. It's going from bowl to bowl. Wait. Okay, so I'll come back at you a little bit later when I give them their treat and show you what I give them. Okay, I want to show y'all. Hey, Papa. I want to show y'all another thing that I'll feed the dogs for dinner. And I just scrambled up some eggs here. Dolce's ready to eat. So yeah, I just scrambled up. It's actually about a carton of eggs. Like a big carton. Probably at least 12 eggs here. Ozzy's patiently waiting. Oh man, I'll tell you what. They love, I think scrambled eggs is probably one of their favorite additions. And the reason I'm doing that tonight is because I ran out of that frozen chicken. So this is my alternative, you know, and I really wish that I could have some chickens, but my HOA is against it. Even though I live out in the country, it's a gated community. It's gated and it's newer, so there's an HOA, and unfortunately doesn't allow. Look, she's sitting nicely or laying down nicely. Yeah, they don't allow it, so otherwise I would just gather fresh eggs. It would be really economic. Eggs are fairly cheap. So that's another really cheap, easy supplement, you know, for your dogs. Just, I guess, got to make sure they don't have an aversion or allergy or sensitivity to eggs. I haven't noticed any problem with my Corso. So, Dolce, come. She's laying nicely so she can have hers here. And Tux loves eggs. He's waiting for his. Ready? You ready? Come on, Oz. Come see him. Come. So he sat nicely so he can eat. And again, they don't have any kind of guarding or any kind of, you know, they don't show any kind of aggression when they're eating. Because I pet them. I don't always pet them while they're eating, but I did that as a puppy just to break them of any kind of notion that they can show any kind of aggression toward me, or anyone for that matter, while they're eating. So yeah, just wanted to show you all a little bit about that. Some little variants that I do. I always add, you know, some supplements to their kibble. And Tux is patiently waiting for his. Oh man. For Tux, I usually, I'm getting low here. For Tux, I will usually just throw some in whatever pan I was cooking it in. Like if it was the chicken, I'll just take whatever's left and he'll eat right out of that pan, and then I'll wash it really well. Okay, baby. Come on, Tux. So I always feed Tux there. Not that there's ever any problem, but just more for his peace of mind, because he knows he's overpowered by these dogs, and you know, he's real sensitive to them. He doesn't want to be in their way at all, even though they don't really show him any aggression. They do let him know that he's kind of lower on the hierarchy now. It's kind of sad, but it's the way it is. But anyway, yeah. So I will talk at y'all later. Okay, so here's what I feed them, give them as a treat. I don't give it every day, but every so often. These are the chew toys that I do give them. This one is a dried trachea, and it's good because it has cartilage, you know, this is good for their joints. And then I will give them, this it's like a rawhide, and it has a little, you know, dried chicken or whatever that little treat is wrapped around it. But the point is that I wanted to make is that I don't give them those rawhide chews that have the big knots in them, because that can lodge in their gastrointestinal system and cause an obstruction. Because these dogs, they can swallow that thing whole. Sometimes, I mean, I've seen them do it. I've seen them swallow a whole one of those knots. And then it can go down slowly and get lodged and cause a blockage. So these don't really have a, you know, don't pose as much of a risk as the other ones. Yeah, so every once in a while, I'll give it to them. See. Usually make them sit. They're already laying down, so ooh, let me see. Let me see. What's this one? What's this one? They usually go right for this one. Dolce girl. Dolce girl. But anyway, they're not about it today. They're more like, I think they're worn out because it's been hot out and we've been running around. I went out there, you know, to water, and they were out there with me running. So anyway, so that's about it. That's all I feed them. I definitely do not feed them any table food. Very important, because that can cause all kinds of problems. Some table food is toxic to them. Some, you know, and I think it just causes, it predisposes them more to weight gain, which is bad for this breed, of course, because their joints can't really take extra weight. But oh, they're being so good right now. So yeah. So that is it. There it goes. And those last them. These actually last them a lot more than some of the other types of rawhide. They'll chew on these a good at least 10 minutes. They're kind of like the bully breeds. The bully breeds will devour a chew toy in seconds, you know. And then there goes your money. 2 seconds, it's gone down the drain. But anyway, these last a good bit. So I hope y'all having a good night. And like and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And that'll keep you posted for any new videos I put out. And I hope you enjoyed this. And of course, send me any comments or anything if you have any questions or comments. And yeah, so have a good night. Talk to y'all later.